Welcome, explorers of the wild. As the sun begins its slow descent, the African savanna transforms into a living canvas. The sky is ablaze with color, fiery orange, soft pink, and shimmering gold, casting a magical glow over the endless plains and ancient acacia trees. The heat of the day fades, replaced by a gentle, cooling breeze that stirs the tall grasses. This is the hour when the wild stirs to life. Herds of zebra and antelope gather in the open, their bodies relaxed, but their ears twitching, ever alert to the shifting rhythms of dusk. In the distance, elephants move in stately procession, their massive forms casting long shadows across the golden grass. Lions stretch and yawn, their eyes glinting as they prepare for the night's hunt. High in the branches, a leopard melts into the dappled light, while a cheetah glides across the plain, muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat. At a waterhole, life gathers in a delicate balance. Antelope approach with caution, their hooves barely making a sound on the dusty earth. Birds flit and call, their songs echoing across the stillness, while crocodiles lie motionless at the water's edge, eyes just above the surface. The ground tells its own story. Fresh tracks pressed into the sand reveal the passage of a hyena, the delicate imprint of a mongoose, the heavy round print of a lion. Overhead the air vibrates with the calls of francolins and the distant whoop of a jackal. The scents of wild sage and sun-baked earth mingle in the air, carried on the breeze. Insects begin their nightly chorus, a symphony of chirps and clicks that rises and falls with the fading light. The golden hour bathes the land in a soft, ethereal light. Every blade of grass, every leaf, every ripple in the water seems to glow as if the world itself is holding its breath in anticipation. Shadows stretch long and deep, reaching across the savanna like dark fingers. The acacia trees stand sentinel, their silhouettes etched against the sky, guardians of the secrets that dusk brings. In this shifting light, the wild reveals and conceals. A leopard's rosettes suddenly blaze against the bark of a tree, a lion's tail flicks and catches the last golden rays, and the subtle movement of an ear or whisker betrays the presence of a hidden predator. The animals are masters of their domain, reading every sound and shadow. Impalas freeze, their bodies tense, as a distant roar rumbles across the plains. Giraffes pause mid-step, their long necks craning to scan the horizon for danger or opportunity. Every creature is attuned to the rhythm of the wild. The impala's wide eyes reflect the fading light, while giraffes move with silent grace, their attention shifting with every rustle in the grass. Life here is woven together in a tapestry of interactions. Dung beetles roll their precious cargo across the sand, while butterflies dance among wildflowers. A mongoose darts from shadow to shadow, ever watchful for danger. Even the smallest creatures play a vital role. Termites build towering mounds that become homes for countless others, while elephants reshape the land as they move, breaking branches and opening pathways for new growth. Families move together, lion cubs tumbling in play, watched over by vigilant mothers, elephant calves sheltered in the protective circle of the herd. Each animal's story is one of survival, learning, and connection. The drama of life and death unfolds with every heartbeat. A predator stalks through the grass, muscles coiled and eyes fixed. Prey animals drink with caution, every sense alert to the possibility of danger. As the last light fades, the bush comes alive with secrets. The night belongs to the hunters and the hidden, to the calls that echo in the darkness and the eyes that gleam in the moonlight. The adventure has begun, and the wild is ready to share its wonders with those who listen and watch. Tonight our adventure is extra special because we are not in one place, but three. Each landscape holds its own secrets, and tonight we'll see the wild through three unique sets of eyes. Across South Africa, three distinct worlds await. Each is alive with its own rhythm, its own cast of animal characters, and its own unfolding stories. In the northern Sabi sand, the day begins with the golden light glinting off the grass. Here the leopards move like shadows, their tracks pressed into the soft earth near the water's edge. This region is renowned for its big cats. A leopard stretches in the sun, its muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat, while a pride of lions lounges nearby, their ears flicking at the buzz of insects. The dam is a magnet for life. Elephants approach in single file, their trunks raised to scent the air, while impalas gather nervously at the water's edge, always alert for the flicker of a predator's tail. Further south, the landscape changes. The sandy riverbeds of Sandringham carve pale ribbons through the bush, creating a haven for creatures adapted to this unique terrain. Here, Nyalas and bushbucks pick their way along the soft sand, their hooves barely leaving a mark. The riverbed is a stage for drama. Leopards use the cover of the banks to stalk, while baboons keep a wary watch from the trees above. As the sun dips, the bushveld glows. Giraffes cast long shadows, and the air fills with the calls of francolins and the distant roar of a lion. Far to the east the world changes again. The Amakala plains stretch wide beneath a restless sky, the grass rippling in the wind. Here herds of zebra and wildebeest move across the open flats, their bodies braced against the blustery wind. The air is crisp, and the animals are more cautious, their senses sharpened by the shifting breeze. The contrast is striking. Where the bushveld is dense and secretive, the plains are open and exposed, every movement visible for miles. The wind shapes everything here, springbok huddled together, their ears flicking, while a lone cheetah crouches low, its eyes scanning for movement in the grass. The animals are restless, their movements quick and cautious. The wind carries scents and sounds away, making every step a calculated risk. Elephants lift their trunks, testing the air, while antelope pause, their bodies tense, listening for danger masked by the gusts. The Levenbush flats roll out in a patchwork of green and gold, a place where the drama of predator and prey plays out in the open. With three landscapes we witness a tapestry of life, each animal shaped by its environment, each moment a new story. It's like watching three different wildlife dramas unfold at once, each with its own cast, its own challenges, and its own wonders. In the north, a leopard patrols its territory, pausing to scent mark a tree. Its eyes are sharp, every movement calculated. The bush is its kingdom, and every sound is a clue to what the night may bring. The leopard knows every inch of this land, where the impalas graze, where the water is deepest, and where rivals might lurk. Each animal here has a story, scars from old battles, cubs hidden in the thicket, alliances and rivalries that shape their lives. In the south, the riverbed is alive with activity. Young elephants splash in the shallows, while a troop of vervet monkeys chases each other along the bank. The sands hide treasures, tiny tracks of mongoose, the flash of a kingfisher's wings, and the first calls of returning migrant birds. Overhead, a pair of Wahlberg's eagles circles, their return marking the change of season. Their sharp eyes scan for prey, their presence a sign of new beginnings. Green shoots push through the earth, and the bush is alive with the promise of spring. Young antelope take their first steps, and the air is filled with birdsong. On the Amakala plains, a coalition of cheetahs rests atop a grassy mound, their eyes fixed on the horizon. They have learned the patterns of the wind and the movements of the herds. For days these cheetahs have been tracked across the plains, their paths weaving through the grass as they search for opportunity. Their patience is legendary, waiting, watching, and then in a blur of speed launching into the chase. This land is a sanctuary for them. Here the balance tips in their favor, with fewer lions and hyenas to threaten their young. The cheetahs thrive, raising cubs in the open grass, their lives a testament to the importance of protected spaces. Here the cheetah's speed is unmatched, and the open plains are their arena. Across these three worlds, lions and elephants adapt in remarkable ways, some moving through dense bush, others striding across open plains, each shaped by the land they call home. This is the magic of a live safari. 3 worlds, countless stories, and the wild revealed in all its wonder. The sun beats down on the wide, sandy riverbed, its golden light shimmering across the landscape. Here a herd of elephants gathers, their massive forms casting long shadows on the soft sand. The air is filled with the low rumble of their calls and the gentle swish of their trunks as they move together, a living tapestry of family bonds and wild energy. The younger elephants, bursting with energy, dash after one another, their trumpeting calls echoing off the riverbanks. They tumble and roll, kicking up clouds of dust that sparkle in the sunlight. Some calves flop onto their sides, wriggling with delight as they coat themselves in the cool, powdery sand, while others chase after siblings, their trunks waving like playful ribbons. The adults join in, scooping up trunkfuls of sand and tossing it high over their backs. The grains settle onto their thick, wrinkled skin, forming a protective layer against the relentless sun and the ever-present insects. Each movement is deliberate, a ritual passed down through generations, blending necessity with pleasure. A tiny calf, barely steady on its feet, tries to mimic the older elephants. It scoops up a trunkful of sand, only to lose its balance and tumble forward, legs splayed and trunk flailing. Undeterred, it clambers up, determined to master the art of sandbathing, its persistence a testament to the resilience of youth. The mother stands close by, her watchful eyes never leaving her calf. With a gentle nudge from her massive foot, she encourages the little one, her touch both protective and reassuring. Around them, the rest of the herd moves in a slow, graceful dance, adults and juveniles mingling, trunks entwining in brief greetings, ears flapping in silent communication. Among the matriarchs, one older female stands out, her face broad and wise, but without the long ivory tusks of her companions. She moves with quiet authority, her presence a reminder of the unique stories each elephant carries, shaped by the challenges and triumphs of life in the wild. The herd drifts through the riverbed, their massive feet leaving deep prints in the sand. The landscape around them is alive with the sounds of nature, distant bird calls, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, and the occasional splash as an elephant finds a shallow pool to drink from or cool off in. Each elephant's head is a marvel of natural engineering. Their skulls, though massive, are honeycombed with air pockets, making them strong yet light enough to support the weight of their trunks and tusks. The gentle curve of their foreheads and the deep-set eyes give them an air of ancient wisdom. Between the eye and the ear, a small patch of skin sometimes glistens with a dark, oily secretion. This is the temporal gland, a unique feature that plays a role in communication and emotional expression. When an elephant is excited, stressed, or in the case of males in must, this gland releases a telltale trickle, signaling its state to the rest of the herd. The herd responds to these subtle cues, shifting their behavior in response to the moods and needs of their companions. Social bonds are reinforced with gentle touches, trunk-to-trunk greetings, and the occasional playful shove. When hunger strikes, the elephants turn to the tough grasses and bark that line the riverbed. Their powerful jaws and ever-growing molars make short work of even the hardest stems. Each elephant will go through 6 sets of these massive teeth in a lifetime, with new ones slowly moving forward as the old ones wear down. It's a remarkable adaptation, a conveyor belt of teeth that ensures these giants can keep feeding throughout their long lives. But when the final set wears out, the end of an elephant's journey draws near, a poignant reminder of the cycle of life in the wild. Even the oldest elephants, with sunken cheeks and worn tusks, find comfort in the company of their herd. They are cared for and respected, their experience guiding the younger generations through the challenges of the African wilderness. As the day draws on, the herd makes its way to a nearby waterhole. Here they drink deeply, splash and play, and reaffirm the bonds that hold them together. The riverbed, with its shifting sands and timeless rhythms, is more than just a playground. It is the heart of their world, a place where life, learning and love unfold beneath the endless African sky. As the last rays of sunlight slip beneath the horizon, a shadow glides through the tall grass, silent, unseen, and full of purpose. This is the Nottens male leopard, a creature of mystery and stealth whose story is just beginning to unfold. At just 3.5 years old, he's on the cusp of adulthood, his rosette-marked coat blending perfectly with the dappled shadows. He is new to this land, a nomad venturing into unclaimed territory, every sense alert to the unknown. Leopards are solitary by nature, and the Nottens male is no exception. He wanders the open savannah, searching for a place to call his own, a patch of wilderness where he can hunt, rest, and perhaps one day find a mate. Born to a legendary leopardess of the south and sired by a formidable male, he carries the promise of strength and greatness. The wild expects much from him, and every step he takes is watched by unseen eyes. Tonight he rests beneath a gnarled tree, but above him the twisted branches cradle the remains of a recent kill, a grim reminder of the constant struggle for survival. The carcass is barely recognizable, perhaps once a warthog, now torn and scattered. The ground below is a tapestry of tracks, wild dogs, a female leopard, and hyenas, all drawn by the scent of opportunity. The stomach of the prey lies far from the tree, a telltale sign that wild dogs have been here, their relentless energy scattering the spoils across the bush. For the Nottens male, this is a harsh lesson. His hard-won meal has been stolen, claimed by the ever-watchful scavengers that haunt the night. In this land, competition is fierce. Hyenas, lions, and wild dogs all vie for a share of the feast, and only the strongest or most cunning can hope to keep what they have earned. This is why leopards are famed for their strength. With powerful muscles and unmatched agility, they drag their kills high into the trees, out of reach of hungry rivals. But tonight the Nottens male was not quick enough. His prize was lost, and now he waits, watching the shadows, learning from every defeat. He is a skilled hunter, favoring warthogs for their challenge and reward. Yet the wild is unforgiving, and even the most cunning can be outmatched by numbers. As he grooms his flawless coat, the night air is thick with tension. Every sound, every scent is a clue to what the darkness may bring. His journey is fraught with danger. Larger males patrol their borders, and the Nottens male must move with caution, always alert, always ready to vanish into the undergrowth. Each day he explores new ground, seeking a place where he can reign. The story of the Nottens male is one of survival, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of a kingdom to call his own. As he melts into the wild, hope lingers in his golden eyes. The savannah holds its breath, waiting to see if this young prince will one day become a king. As the golden sun dips lower over the endless savannah, the true rulers of this wild kingdom emerge from the tall grass. The lions, majestic, powerful, and ever watchful, command the landscape with their presence. Tonight we witness the unfolding drama of two very different prides, each writing its own story in the dust and shadows of Africa. In two distant corners of the wilderness, the lives of these prides play out in parallel, each facing their own challenges, each bound by the ancient rhythms of survival. In one territory, two male lions from the Black Dam pride lie side by side, their bond forged by blood and necessity. They rest on the edge of a dusty road, their golden coats aglow in the fading afternoon light, every muscle relaxed but every sense alert. One, with a mane as pale as the savannah grass, radiates strength and quiet authority, a living symbol of the pride's legacy. Yet beneath their regal appearance, hunger gnaws. Their ribs show through their tawny fur, a silent testament to the harshness of their world. Their bellies are flat, empty of the feast they crave. The wild offers no guarantees, even to its most formidable hunters. These lions are masters of stealth and power, but the hunt is a gamble. Each stalk through the grass, each tense moment of pursuit can end in disappointment. The chase is fierce, the energy spent immense. More often than not, the prey escapes, leaving the lions panting and empty-pawed. Now they conserve what little strength remains, seeking shade and stillness as the heat lingers. Even in rest their eyes flicker with vigilance, ears swiveling to every distant sound. Danger and opportunity are never far away. They wait, patient and silent, scanning the horizon for the faintest sign of movement, a herd, a lone antelope, a chance. As dusk deepens into night, hope stirs. Under the cloak of darkness the lions may try again, their spirits undimmed by hunger. This delicate balance between rest and action, hunger and hope, defines every moment of their existence. For the mighty lion, survival is a relentless pursuit, a daily test of strength, patience, and resilience. Far to the south, across rolling hills and open plains, another pride lives a different story. Here 3 lionesses rest together, their bodies strong and healthy, their unity unbreakable. Their bellies are round and full, evidence of a successful hunt and the rewards of teamwork. Contentment radiates from their faces as they stretch out in the grass, savouring the peace that follows a hard-won meal. Earlier, these lionesses moved as one, silent, coordinated, and determined. Together, they brought down a powerful kudu, their strategy flawless. Without the interference of a dominant male, the females feasted side by side, their cooperation ensuring every member was fed. In this pride, the absence of a male at the kill is a rare blessing. Too often, a male's arrival means the females must surrender their prize, but today, the lionesses enjoy the fruits of their labor undisturbed, their bonds strengthened by shared success. Teamwork is their greatest weapon. Each lioness knows her role, each move is instinctive, honed by generations of survival. By hunting together, they can topple prey far larger than any one lioness could manage alone, a testament to the power of unity. Now, with hunger sated, they groom one another in the tall grass, their rough tongues and gentle nuzzles reinforcing the ties that bind the pride. These moments of affection are more than comfort. They are the glue that holds the pride together through hardship and triumph alike. Together, these lionesses stand as a formidable force, guardians of their territory and the future of their lineage. The contrast between these 2 prides is stark, one enduring hunger and uncertainty, the other basking in the glow of victory. For some, the day is marked by longing and patience, a test of endurance beneath the vast African sky. For others, it is a day of triumph, of full bellies and quiet satisfaction. In the wild, every day is a new chapter in the tale of survival written by the lions themselves. In the heart of the golden savannah, where the wind sweeps endlessly across the grasslands, a remarkable brotherhood thrives. 3 male cheetahs, bound not just by blood but by a powerful alliance, move as one through the wilds of Amakala. Together they are known as the 3 Amigos, a coalition whose story is woven into the very fabric of the plains. In this vast open world, survival is a challenge that no cheetah faces alone. These brothers have learned that unity is their greatest strength. They hunt together, rest together, and watch over one another, their bond forged by countless trials beneath the African sun. When the day is calm, they sprawl across the Levenbush flats, their spotted coats melting into the golden grass. Their bellies, full from a successful hunt, rise and fall in the gentle breeze. But even in moments of peace, their senses remain sharp, ears twitching, eyes scanning, always alert to the dangers that lurk nearby. The wind, ever present, whispers through the tall grass, carrying scents and sounds across the plains. For the Cheetah brothers, this wind is both friend and foe. It cools their bodies and masks their approach when stalking prey, but it also hides the footsteps of lions and hyenas, predators that would steal their hard-won meals or threaten their very lives. Each brother brings his own strength to the coalition. One limps, a reminder of a past injury, while another bears the memory of a broken leg, a wound that would have meant certain death for a solitary cheetah. But together they endured. Through hardship and pain, their unity never wavered. They nursed each other back to health, their companionship a lifeline in the unforgiving wild. Their cooperation is a marvel of nature. When they hunt, they move with silent precision, fanning out to encircle their quarry. Each brother knows his role, trusting the others to act in perfect harmony. Their speed is legendary, but it is their teamwork that brings down the fleet-footed antelope of the plains. In the cool shade of the afternoon they groom one another, reinforcing the bonds that hold them together. Their purrs and gentle nuzzles speak of trust, loyalty, and a love that is rare among the great cats of Africa. The Amakala Reserve is their sanctuary, a place where the balance of predator and prey gives them a fighting chance. Here the numbers of lions and hyenas are lower, and the Cheetah brothers can hunt, raise cubs, and thrive as a family. Yet life on the savannah is never easy. Every day brings new challenges, the threat of stronger predators, the uncertainty of the hunt, the ever-changing winds. But the three amigos endure, their story a testament to the power of brotherhood and the resilience of the cheetah spirit. In a world where the odds are stacked against them, these brothers stand as living proof that together, even the most vulnerable can survive and flourish beneath the endless African sky. While the mighty lions and towering elephants often capture our attention, the African bush is truly a world of wonders for those who look a little closer. Here, beneath the shade of ancient trees and among the tangled grasses, a hidden kingdom of little creatures and feathered friends thrives in a symphony of colour, sound and movement. High in the branches, a troop of vervet monkeys leaps and chatters, their nimble fingers plucking at delicate flowers. These lively primates are not searching for fruit today, but for the sweet blossoms of the bur-bean tree, which they savour with gentle precision. Youngsters tumble and play, their tails curling as they chase each other through the leafy maze, while elders groom one another, picking through fur with patient care. A ritual that keeps the troop healthy and bonds strong. The flowers they eat are more than a treat. They are a vital part of the tree's life cycle, and the monkeys, in turn, become unwitting gardeners, spreading pollen and seeds as they move. All around, small mammals and insects join the feast, each finding their own way to nibble, sip, or burrow, making use of every part of the plant. Grooming is more than hygiene. It's a language of touch, a way to soothe nerves and settle disputes, a gentle ballet of fingers and fur. In the dappled light, a vervet monkey suddenly widens its eyes, flashing a brilliant crescent of white. This silent signal, a flash of white eyelid, is a warning, an unspoken message to rivals or lurking predators. I see you. Beware. In the world of monkeys, a glance can be as powerful as a roar, and a flicker of white can send a rival scurrying. Expressions and gestures weave a tapestry of communication, subtle and swift in the leafy heights. Below, the air hums with the wings of bees and butterflies, each drawn to the nectar-rich blossoms that dot the bushveld. Their tiny bodies dusted with pollen, they flit from flower to flower, weaving invisible threads that bind the ecosystem together. On the open plain, a flock of Hadida ibis struts with purpose, their feathers shimmering in the morning sun. With long curved beaks they probe the soft earth, searching for hidden treasures, fat grubs, wriggling worms, and crunchy beetles. Their voices ring out across the savannah. A raucous chorus of "Ha ha ha, Hadida!" that echoes through the grasslands, impossible to ignore. Spring stirs the air, and with it a parade of birds arrives, brilliant flashes of colour darting among the blossoming branches, each species with its own song and story. The bush becomes a stage for returning travellers. Migratory birds, journeying thousands of kilometres, touch down to rest and feed, their feathers bright against the fresh green leaves. Among them, a pair of Wahlberg's eagles circles high above, their keen eyes scanning for prey. These regal raptors have crossed continents to breed here, their arrival a herald of the changing season. The bush responds in kind. New shoots unfurl, wildflowers burst into bloom, and the air is alive with the calls of returning flocks. Everywhere, the landscape is painted with fresh greens and splashes of colour, a living canvas that shifts with every sunrise. Soon the sky will be filled with the swirling patterns of migratory birds, their voices mingling in a chorus that celebrates their epic journeys. Each wing beat is a testament to endurance and instinct, a marvel of navigation as they cross deserts and oceans to return to this wild sanctuary. Even the plants join the celebration, their blossoms offering nectar and shelter to insects and birds alike. The torchwood tree glows with promise, its resinous wood a secret store of energy, while the mighty leadwood stands as a silent sentinel, its dense trunk home to beetles and burrowing creatures. The torchwood's bark is rough and ancient, a haven for ants and spiders that scuttle in the crevices. The leadwood's fallen branches become nurseries for fungi and insects, each life form playing its part in the endless cycle of renewal. The russet bush willow bursts into flower, its nectar drawing bees and butterflies in a delicate dance, while birds flit in to snatch up the insects. The tamboti tree, with its milky poisonous sap, stands as a reminder that beauty can be dangerous and every creature must learn the secrets of survival. In this vibrant world, every plant, every insect, every bird and small mammal is a thread in the intricate web of life, each one essential, each one extraordinary, together creating the magic of the African bush. The wild is a living mystery, its secrets written in the sand and dust by the creatures that call it home. Every track, every mark, every disturbance tells a story, if you know how to read it. Here a set of wild dog paw prints races across the sand, their pads pressed deep from a hurried chase. Nearby the larger, heavier tracks of a hyena cross their path, the claws splayed wide, hinting at a scavenger on the move. And then the unmistakable pug marks of two leopards, one young, one female, etched side by side, reveal a silent meeting in the night. The clues deepen. Far from the shade of a tree, the stomach of a warthog lies abandoned, a key piece of evidence in the unfolding drama. Big cats, like leopards, are known to feast on the organs first, leaving the grass-filled stomach behind. But when the stomach is found far from the kill, it's a sign that canids, wild dogs or jackals, have dragged it away, eager to scavenge what the leopard left. The sequence of tracks and scattered remains paints a vivid picture. The leopard made the kill, but wild dogs soon discovered it, snatching what they could and leaving chaos in their wake. Even the smallest tracks add to the story. Tiny footprints in the dust reveal the presence of lesser-known visitors, perhaps a mongoose or a curious genet drawn by the scent of the kill. A single perfect vulture footprint in the sand is a rare find. Vultures with their massive feet usually walk on hard ground or rocks, leaving little trace, but here the print is clear, a sign that the clean-up crew of the bush has already arrived. Vultures soar high above, their keen eyes scanning for the slightest sign of a meal. When they descend, nothing is wasted, every scrap is consumed, returning nutrients to the land. Elsewhere a fresh lion track points the way, its edges crisp and new. A pile of elephant dung, still moist and filled with chewed grass, tells of a recent passage and a meal enjoyed. The frantic alarm call of a squirrel, the shrill cry of a bird. These are the bush's warning bells, signaling the presence of a hidden predator. Each clue, each sign, is a piece of a grand puzzle. By following the evidence left behind, the wild reveals its secrets, turning every journey into an adventure of discovery and every moment into a story waiting to be told. As the safari draws to a close, the last golden rays of the sun stretch across the endless savannah, painting the sky in brilliant hues of orange, pink, and deep purple. The horizon glows, and the land is bathed in a warm, fleeting light. As the sun slips away, the sky transforms into a deep, velvety blue. The first stars emerge, shimmering in the clear African air. The symphony of the night begins. Crickets chirp in the tall grass, their chorus rising as the day's heat fades. From a nearby wetland, The deep, resonant croak of a bullfrog echoes, adding a bass note to the evening's melody. In the distance, the haunting whoop of a hyena drifts across the plains, a reminder that the wild is never truly silent. As dusk settles, animals stir in the gentle twilight. Herds of elephants move quietly toward waterholes, their silhouettes outlined against the glowing sky. Lions stretch and yawn, preparing for the night's hunt, while antelope gather in cautious groups, alert to every sound. Gentle moments unfold. Elephants touch trunks in silent greeting, and lionesses groom their cubs, sharing warmth and affection as darkness falls. At the river's edge, elephants splash and play, their joyful trumpeting echoing through the dusk, a celebration of family and the cool relief of water. Young elephants chase each other, their playful energy a testament to the bonds that hold their family together. A young leopard moves silently through the shadows, pausing to scan the horizon from a tree, a solitary figure in search of a place to call its own. Lions wait in the tall grass, their eyes reflecting the last light, patient and powerful as the night awakens. Lionesses, bellies full from a successful hunt, rest together, their sides rising and falling in the cool air. The Cheetah brothers, resilient and united, move as one across the open savannah, their story a symbol of hope and survival. Each moment at sunset reveals the intricate connections of the wild. The wind stirs the grass, carrying scents and sounds that shape the lives of every creature. A cheetah squints into the breeze, alert to every shift in the air, while a young leopard learns the hard lessons of survival as a meal is stolen away. Overhead, the arrival of a tiny migratory bird signals a change in season, its journey woven into the fabric of the ecosystem. The sand tells stories. Tracks of antelope, birds, and monkeys crisscross the earth, each print a chapter in the ongoing tale of the wild. Vervet monkeys feast on blossoms, and the raucous calls of hadada birds fill the air, their presence as vital as any of the great beasts. Every creature, from the smallest bird to the mightiest elephant, plays a part in the delicate balance of this world. As the night deepens and the wild settles into its ancient rhythm, the promise of return lingers in the air, a silent vow that the wonders of the savannah will endure, waiting to be discovered anew. The darkness is alive with possibility, the stories of the wild continuing beneath the stars. The heart of Africa beats on, untamed and eternal. Soon new dawns will break over distant plains, and the wild will reveal fresh wonders, each sunrise a promise that the story is never truly over. Until then, the wild waits, its beauty and mystery undiminished, calling out across the night for those who listen. Farewell from the wild heart of Africa, where every sunset is a promise and every dawn a new beginning. As the last colours of sunset fade, the savannah transforms into a realm ruled by shadows. In the hush of night, the wild awakens anew. The air is cooler now, and the darkness pulses with unseen life. A low whoop echoes across the plains. Hyenas have emerged from their dens. With keen senses and an unbreakable social bond, they move silently through the grass, their spotted coats blending perfectly with the moonlit landscape. The matriarch leads her clan, noses to the ground, reading the invisible stories left by other creatures. Nearby, a pair of jackals slink along the riverbank, alert and cautious. Their sharp eyes scan the darkness, searching for scraps left behind by larger predators. Every rustle is a potential meal, or a warning. In the trees above, a bush baby leaps from branch to branch, its huge eyes reflecting the moonlight as it hunts for insects in the cool night air. Back on the plains, the hyena clan finds the remains of a lion's feast. Their cackles rise in triumph as they work together, powerful jaws crushing bone with ease. Their laughter fills the night, a sound both eerie and joyful, nature's reminder of the unending cycle of life and death. Opportunistic civets and genets circle the edges, waiting patiently for their turn at the feast. Owls glide silently overhead, scanning for movement below. With a sudden swoop, one disappears into the grass, emerging with a small rodent in its talons. The hunt continues, unseen and relentless. Deep in the scrub, a porcupine shuffles through the undergrowth, quills bristling in defense. A honey badger, fearless and determined, digs for beetle larvae, its nose twitching in the cool night breeze. The symphony of the night continues, a chorus of frogs, insects, and distant hyena calls. For every creature, the night is a time of opportunity and danger. The wild is alive with stories of stealth and survival, of cunning and courage. Under the watchful gaze of the stars, the nocturnal world thrives, hidden from the light, yet vital to the balance of the savannah. As the moon rises higher, the night's drama unfolds, each creature playing its part in the great tapestry of life. Here, in the darkness, the wild is at its most mysterious and its most alive. Beneath the moonlit sky, the river becomes a stage for ancient giants. In the stillness, the soft grunts and bellows of hippos echo across the water, their hulking shapes barely visible as they emerge from the depths. During the day, these massive herbivores are content to linger in cool pools, but by night the banks come alive with their gentle grazing. Hippos move silently through the reeds, their wide mouths sweeping up grass, ever watchful for lurking dangers. Not far from the hippos, the river's most patient predators lie in wait. Crocodiles, armored and still, rest along the muddy banks, or drift just beneath the surface, eyes and nostrils the only hint of their presence. Masters of stealth, they watch the world from the water's edge, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Yet even these formidable hunters show respect for the hippos. Rarely do they challenge the river's true rulers. The river itself is a world teeming with life. Fish dart through submerged roots, while frogs cling to lily pads, singing into the darkness. Water birds tiptoe along the shallows, snatching insects and tiny crustaceans. Occasionally a crocodile slips silently beneath a flock, sending ripples across the mirrored surface. As dawn approaches, hippos return to deeper waters, gathering in close-knit pods. Crocodiles stretch out to warm themselves in the first rays of sun, energy renewed for another day. Together, these river giants shape the ecosystem, their presence vital to the balance of the wild. The river flows on, a lifeline for all who depend on its restless currents. In the heart of the night and in the promise of morning, the river's guardians remain ever watchful, keeping the secrets of the deep. As the golden sun rises over the savannah, a secret world awakens beneath the grass and among the rocks. A world ruled by the smallest of creatures. Here insects and reptiles take center stage, their lives woven into the fabric of the wild. Beneath the soil, armies of termites construct towering mounds, their intricate tunnels acting as natural air conditioners for the colony. These tiny engineers break down tough grasses and dead wood, recycling nutrients back into the earth, making the savannah fertile for all. Above ground, ants march in endless lines, scavenging food and aerating the soil. Some species form mutual bonds with acacia trees, defending them from hungry herbivores in exchange for sweet nectar. Their tireless work helps shape the landscape, one grain at a time. In the warmth of the morning, lizards bask on sunlit rocks, their scales shimmering with every breath. Agile geckos hunt for insects among the leaves, while chameleons sway gently on branches, their eyes moving independently in search of prey. Each reptile plays a role, controlling insect populations and serving as food for birds and mammals. Hidden among the grasses, snakes glide, silently masters of stealth and surprise. From the tiny thread snake to the formidable python, these reptiles keep the balance, preying on rodents and insects alike. Their presence is a silent reminder of the delicate web of life that holds the savannah together. As the day unfolds, butterflies and bees flit from flower to flower, pollinating plants that feed the entire ecosystem. Dung beetles roll their treasures across the plains, cleaning up after larger animals and enriching the soil for new growth. Though small and often unseen, insects and reptiles are the hidden architects of the savannah. Their daily struggles and triumphs sustain the vast tapestry of life, proving that in the wild, even the tiniest creatures hold immense power. In the hush of the morning and the heat of midday, the savannah's smallest residents keep the circle unbroken, quietly shaping the world from the ground up. As the seasons shift and distant thunder rumbles on the horizon, the savannah stirs with movement. Across golden plains and dusty riverbeds, great herds of antelope and zebra begin their timeless journey, a migration written in their very bones. With the first scent of rain on the wind, thousands of hooves drum the earth. Wildebeest, springbok and impala gather in restless waves, joined by zebra in their striking stripes, each animal guided by instinct and memory. They travel together, forming living rivers that wind through acacia groves and over rolling hills, painting the landscape with life. Their journey is one of endurance and unity. The herds cross parched grasslands in search of fresh pastures, their movements orchestrated by the promise of water and new growth. Along the way they face daunting challenges: swift rivers swollen by storms, steep escarpments, and the ever-watchful eyes of predators lurking in the tall grass. Yet every obstacle is met with remarkable resilience. Mothers guide their young through swirling currents, while vigilant sentinels keep watch for danger. When the sun blazes overhead, the herds rest beneath scattered trees, the air alive with the low hum of life and the gentle calls of calves to their mothers. As dusk falls, the migration presses on, silhouetted against a sky streaked with fire. Their path carves ancient trails across the savannah, shaping the land and sustaining countless other creatures, from the smallest birds that follow for insects to the lions and wild dogs that depend on the herds for survival. No human footprints mark this odyssey. Here the wild moves to its own rhythm, a story of perseverance, hope, and the unbreakable bond between animal and earth. The migration continues, season after season, a living testament to the power and beauty of the untamed world. Across the vast savannah, survival is not a solo act. Here remarkable alliances form, quiet partnerships that shape the balance of life. These symbiotic relationships, woven through generations, are nature's way of ensuring that every creature has a role and every life is connected. In the dappled shade beneath a thorny acacia, a herd of impala grazes peacefully. Nearby, tiny oxpecker birds hop along their backs. The impalas provide a safe perch and a steady meal of ticks and biting insects, while the oxpeckers act as vigilant guardians, raising the alarm with shrill calls when danger slinks through the grass. Not far away, a troop of vervet monkeys forages in the trees. As they pluck ripe fruit and scatter seeds, antelope gather below, ready to snap up the fallen bounty. In return, the monkeys benefit from the antelope's watchful eyes, alerting them to approaching leopards or eagles. Out in the river, hippos wade and wallow, their massive forms stirring up mud and nutrients. Fish follow in their wake, feeding on the bounty released from below, while birds like the African jacana dart across floating lilies, picking insects from the water's surface. Even the mighty elephants play their part. As they tear branches and strip bark, they open pathways through dense brush. Smaller animals, from warthogs to mongoose, follow in their footsteps, finding access to food and shelter that would otherwise be out of reach. Some partnerships are more unexpected. At dusk, honey-guide birds flit through the air, their calls beckoning honey badgers to hidden beehives. The badger does the heavy lifting, breaking open the hive, and both feast, one on honey, the other on wax and grubs. These alliances are born of necessity, trust, and sometimes a little mischief. They are the unseen threads that hold the wild together, proof that even in a world of competition, cooperation often wins the day. As the sun sets, the savannah hums with quiet teamwork. Every partnership, every shared moment is a reminder that in nature no one truly walks alone.